Whoa. Hmm. Yep. Maybe one day I'll master the art of Twitter. But do I really want to? Whoa! Guess who has 2 6-packs of energy drinks and nothing planned today? I'm guessing you. How's it going? Hopefully you're in an L function. Yeah, hope so. That's never fun. And having kind of minor troubles myself with that, but it seems like they resolved it. They straight up told me that they did, so we'll see. And it seems that way. What's with the yawn? Trust issues with internet providers? I don't know. I don't think there should ever be trust involved when it comes to ISPs. Just, you know, bare minimum expectation of service, I guess. Simple with the sub? Oh my god. Thanks. Guess who got paid? I'm guessing that's you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But you always keep in mind you don't have to. It's not like I need the subs or anything. But I appreciate it. kind of just trying this new thing today where it's like, advanced notice? What's that? Stream in 10 minutes, here we go, woo! Basically. I might even stream more than Ace Attorney today. Like, I have the time. I don't have any prior obligations, just random projects that honestly I should really just stop doing some of said random projects or I'm not going to get any of them done. That's how I am. Start random projects or continue some a little bit, then jump to the next one, then jump back to the other one. It's not good. It's kind of my tendency. I was honestly, like, I actually put some tags on the stream today. I was debating putting the ADHD tag, but I've never been, like, properly diagnosed or anything. But honestly, I feel like, yeah, I probably have something in that ballpark. Let me put it that way. And that would have been very helpful knowledge in grade school. But I didn't really fit the mold of a ADHD kid. I was more the quiet dude that people expected to do well. And then when I, like, maybe didn't, you know, finish an assignment or something, then, you know, they'd blame it on laziness. But yeah. And I mean, maybe there was an element, so you know. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised. Because I'm pretty sure my mom is the same way. A little bit differently, like, not exactly, but yeah. I'm not late. I've been here. I promise. You're lying, countdown. Oh, that definitely sounds rough. Hope you're getting some of that self-esteem back, though. Because that sounds like that was a while ago. But yeah. I don't remember where we left off. Big distraction mode there. Okay. Oh, and it... Oh, I'm surprised it didn't give us a save slot. Maybe we went through the, like, save when you close out of the game instead of the manual save. We still managed to come out into the hallway. Because Beef is gone. Oh, also, you know, because I'm super bad about it, I didn't let anyone know ahead of time if they would like to join the stream or not. So, of course, you know, letting people know the day of, they usually have other plans. So, that's my bad. I need a better system. Probably a group chat. Because I think it's the reaching out to several people individually that, that seems like the mental roadblock. And the reason I say group chat is because I know it works for some other people I know. For recordings. So yeah. Anyway. What we got here? So we were talking to Sholmes. and Sholmes was going through the socializing and effort, right? Yeah, if I could just consolidate all of that into like a single message in a group chat, I would probably actually remember to do it. Like earlier than the day of. But yeah. Let's see. So I think Sholmes went through the log and we're saying, hey, what'd you find? Okay. And he has almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, right, the blank log entries. I remember now. From last night. Oh, he writes that every 30 minutes? Nothing to report? Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean... Yes. There were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now. But we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. Oh yeah, he was singing My Way, right, yes. Damn, I wish I recognized it. I wish I recognized it in the moment, but it just makes so much sense now. Yeah, Beef just writes beautifully, I imagine, yeah. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship... Okay. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Well, at least they went out of their way to say mental and that we're not literally lugging it around. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Ah, you're starting to understand what My Way is, I see. Aha, and they're referencing it. Perfect. What makes Sholmes is Sholmes? What makes Sholmes Sholmes? What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliance! Ah, ow. What is it? You hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. He's poisoned. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. Hear it as he wanders down the passageway. God, I should have fucking listened to that song before the stream. I would have done it. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought. It's just... well... I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of... continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Oh, the hangovers. It's a little bit suspect. What do we examine? The mouse trap, which we already examined. Door. First class cabin number 1. Yep, that's our cabin. Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? Small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, wonder if Inspector Hosanaga's managed to uncover any new clues.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
The other door forbidden to us.
That door leads to the second class area.
It's locked. Can't open it.
Oh, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I guess we don't have much else to examine. We could try going back in, but we probably get bopped. Let's do it. Oh, fuck.
Oh, what's that?
Was there an alarm on the door? Oh shit!
Shut down the engines immediately! Vessel sighted a quarter mile forward. Full stop! Hard to starboard! All hands brace for impact!
What the?
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
Oh god damn it. What?
I can't stand Tasado-san, hold on to me!
That was Rinosuke's scream. Chisato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
What the We got an NA captain up there, like, jeez. Isn't this supposed to be the open ocean? Like, how close were they that it was like an imminent danger type thing that they couldn't, like, I don't know, man. Looks like we avoided a collision.
I think...
Yes, the ship's come to a stop.
Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like... Oh, it's Inspector Hosonaga. Okay.
Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly!
What? The bolt? Look at that!
Look at that!
The door is bolted!
Did you do that, Sasato-san? No, I didn't touch it.
Oh, is the bolt so... like... Does the bolt have so little friction that the tilting of the bolt, like of the ship, can lock or unlock it? Like there's no interlocking or nothing? It just slides over? Ah! That's a lockpick's dream, I guess.
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange.
How did?
And look at all the books. Well, that explains the fucking books. That's a safety hazard, a little bit. You're back? Alright.
They're just like they were before again. Naruhodo-san, aren't you gonna open the door and let the inspector in?
That wasn't quite her voice. I'd better tidy this place up first. Seriously? Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least. Very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. Hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continued. We just started the fucking stream. What do you mean to be continued? I guess we can save. "9th of January, Essesporia, Miss Pavlova's cabin." Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Sato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Welcome back. Rinosuke just had the epiphany that, oh, that's how the books were knocked over at the murder scene and all that. That boat did a Tokyo drift, I guess so, dude. It did a fucking initial D drift. Kansei Dorifto. Oh no, it's beef!
You! What are you doing in...
That's not right.
You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters?
Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were gonna collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh? How did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, though it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop.
Everything is in chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere.
Oh, that's almost Cosmo's voice. That's not right. First class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean... Did someone press that button outside?
Ah! You wicked intruder, dressed all in black. You are the devil.
Sorry? Me? Jeez, what the you gonna fucking turn on us, huh? If you're the fucking murderer, there is gonna be no mercy. I've been called a lot of things before, but devil's at first.
You opened my traveling case. How could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Ms. Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he killed a man?
Da! And he is stowaway as well. He fixing promises not to steal chicken. Do you believe?
Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else.
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil.
Doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Eden? What's going? Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong.
How's it going?
And we give you straight to police.
But wait! A cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible. This is a real crisis. Gotta find a solution.
Doesn't Hong Kong belong to China in the game? I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not. I had to guess just based on the time frame. Is that Nappy with a slightly different username? Hello. Yeah, yes, I noticed. What year is this set in? Like, I think it's set in like the 1900s, like that first decade. If I had to guess. Or late, like very late 19th century or very early 20th century, like right around there, I'm pretty sure. Immediately. She's the murderer, I'm calling it. Or her cat, like Simpward said. Alright, that... Okay, we don't get to talk, we just... Alright, Hosonaga. Really nothing you can do? You have got yourself into a difficult situation here. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. Sorry, I just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there really is nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, Punch to the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened, I'll have to report to the captain at once. I really need some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Alright, we're gonna talk to Beef, and he's gonna fucking murder us. Please! Just give me a little more time. I do nothing for you, except show you way to ship's prison cell. Thanks, but no thanks. But I'm innocent! I didn't kill anyone! And trespassing? And stowing away? Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues, and, well... Enough! You are guilty! Ship cell is only place fit for you. Come on, there has to be someone! Some savior to rescue me! Vent. I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand. She's investigating. Don't touch my things! You want me to show you a crawfish hibernates? What the fuck? Fucking stop! Everyone's attacking me! And I thought she was my friend! Anyone! Fucking anyone! Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck in here without your permission, but get out now. We just needed to investigate here to help understand the... need to find someone who'll fucking listen. Fuck all of them, that's all I gotta say. I somehow doubt that we'll be able to leave here. I'm pretty sure this is pre-communism in Russia. Just barely in the middle of the fucking revolution, maybe. What the fuck do we do? I feel like we're out of options. We can't talk to no one, man. Is Sholmes? Is Sholmes around here? What the fuck? Okay, I guess he's our way out. What the? Spider Sholmes! This fucking guy! What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy! Oh, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? He's a pretty princess, yes. Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of 20,000 rubles. Naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. I never know when to take this man seriously or not. Like, fucking hell. You again! A great detective! Ha, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Boria, has been solved. By me, naturally. What the fucking... Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Ha! You've solved it! Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all know who's responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has the handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it! The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. Aha, we solved that fucking problem too!
That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes. It's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Da, locked room. That is point.
The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You all are quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin, despite the bolted door. Okay, but what about us just figuring out that the bolt easily fucking slides with the tilt of the bolt? Yeah, like the killer could have been in the suitcase. Killer could have been outside the room, the bolt could have slid off. And then here we go. Hidden escape / entrance. What do we got? What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open mouth. Why? Why it gapes open mouth even at you as we speak. Holy shit! Thank you! Fucking thank you! God! Someone's using their fucking head. Especially since Kazuma mentioned it. The ventilator man! The ventilator?
You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through the hole. Through that hole.
That's because your arms are as thick as three... I can't. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? Give me like half a second. Sholmes climbed through the vent to prove him wrong. Sholmes climbed through the vent to prove him wrong. Honestly, though. Okay. We're back. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin? The tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. What? Words. Words are hard. Mr. Sholmes. Do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. The other bag, right? The table, the bed, the drawers. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There was a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready.
What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! Kia! But what the?
How the fuck did you know? You're fucking... You're looking ahead, aren't you? Simp word. There's no fucking way. There's no... I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that one. Of course it's a snake. No, it couldn't be a cat. It's a snake. It said band. Oh, speckled band. Duh. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's more believable now. I apologize. I will, on that note, be right back again. Like, 2-3 minutes. We. I have returned. Hello. What is snack called? Yeah, I mean, Noodle's a good guess. Or even if it's not a guess, we can just... Even if we don't get the name, we'll just go with Noodle. If we don't get the name, rather. Anyway... Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band. A snake? Did a fucking snake kill Kazuma? I don't know anymore. Indubitably. He tripped over the snake. God damn it. Blunt force, yeah. God damn it. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake, it isn't really speckled, is it? Looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Hmm? Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the Striped Band, wouldn't you? You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap in which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Ha. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. What? Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asuki? He's one with the snake now. Looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Topic 1. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. And you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we can ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend in which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, their specimen's marking do not fit that description in any way. I need to snap with him. I want to snap so bad because this dude's just posing. Just snap all over the place. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have to answer to this quandary. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Oh shit! Yes! That which you are trying, but failing, to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. How do you say that? I have to know. Do 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 do.
Slew.
Slewed? The snake slewed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No? Just kill Nappy and murder mystery, be proud. Nice cow. Very nice. I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared the young gentleman who was about to lose his life. It appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it slews its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. How did he done do it deaded?
Slough.
Slough? Maybe it's slough instead. Sludge? Fucking hell, I don't know. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there are no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Yeah. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Alright, hold the fucking phone. He was so close. He's so close, but he missed the mark there. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense! There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't. It is telling that the victim made a note of the low whistling sound he heard minutes before his end.
That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. To train? Indeed. You put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appears to have not been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slid through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature only needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever.
It's probably a constricting type of snake.
That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Hold the fucking phone. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Look, I'll give him this. He noticed details, put pieces together, and even though he missed some details, I just hope this gets the back off fucking, Rinosuke. Get everybody's back off Rinosuke. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you'll observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. I'm trying my best to differentiate Osanaga and this dude. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course. What's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and I will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. Ah. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would have been possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. Huh. I didn't know snakes didn't have ears. Yeah, it's probably like a cat and a snake. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers played their music in time with the snakes' natural movements. They technically do? How so? Okay, enlighten us, Shipware. How does that one work? The snake dancing shit. In the common mythos of the Western perception of
that area of the world. Whew.
Oh, I see.
There and following the mute. Yeah, okay. So it's literally movement cues. Got you. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably the next likely thing, so makes sense. I can only hear specific noises. Gotcha. So is it more like an amplitude thing and not like a frequency thing, or just a maybe a specific frequency, an ultra specific frequency band? I don't know.
Oh, well, I see.
No hands, no feet.
No ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless!
Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is just one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves.
Yeah, smell. That figures. They do definitely have the schnozzes.
So, I'm not really sure that a snake can manage to climb up a flat bell cord, like the ones in these cabins.
Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine a snake could have had a part in this.
The snake had help. You know, fucking Pavlova covered up for Noodle. Also, yeah, there's a cat, potentially also. Like, especially if that's milk on the ground there.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes. We need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So,
Cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? Damn, he's good.
you've done it again.
Your handcuffs are gone. Where did they go?
Fear not.
I shall see that they're restored after our work is done.
I really wish you'd leave them off.
Now everyone, let us begin.
Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Okay, let's see what we can find. Alright, let's see here. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly. Is that it?
there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
What else is causing her pain? Achy heart? Hands? Newspaper? Snack? Look at this dude. Beef? There is a cat! There is a cat! Oh my god. Yeah, it really seemed like there was a cat. The snake came out of fucking nowhere. Aside from the mentions of a speckled band. Where is cat? Eerie. Where's Sholmes? Anyone see Sholmes? The fuck? I was gonna point at the crown, but tiara, but okay. Okay, we could. Oh! Oh! Further evidence of Kitty.
Oh, Naruhodo-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound. Looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Okay, but that is it, right?
Yes!
Yes! Damn, that was a weak snap. Yes! When you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed! And simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Oh. Miss Pavlova. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ridosuke's good. He's learning from the best. He's learning from Cosmo. He's learning from Sholmes. Yes. I am all fucking for this. Ah! Spook.
When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend in which you boarded with. Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us.
Seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand is made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? Yeah, it's just gonna be a fucking bear after all, like we suspected. No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, that snake isn't her pet. Then what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? Is the snake Biff's pet? Is that what this is? Beef? What is the true identity? Ooh. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's on his head. We should follow her gaze, Naruto-san. Well, we already found it. That's where we'll find the answer. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness! Ah, look at the photograph in this frame. This must have been something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. Personally. Little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Get. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruto-san? For the blackest outfit. A black kitten. Pardon me. I need water. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. And thank you for the stretch redeem also. On that note, I got a good amount of water. Yeah, I'll stretch though. I'll do that. All right. Saturday afternoon. It be the stretch. Now, random thought while I'm stretching. I do want to stream more than once a week. I just find it a little hard to balance with other stuff. But I want to. I'm gonna try and make it work. Plus, it's Labor Day weekend, so there's nothing saying I only have to stream today. I could stream something tomorrow, and I could do something Monday. We'll see. Okay. Headphones! Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good. I just gotta balance it with class, some project, the projects I'm trying to do, and
just the energy and the responsibilities that family related sometimes, and then not feeling the obligation to go to every single movie night. But that's not really an excuse. I mean, I could stream before movie night. Anyway. Anyway. And from the look of this picture at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Yes. Get! Cat! Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no.
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear. But what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue.
Oh, so he's like Dom from Tom and Jerry Park.
And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary.
Does this cat just have antics with this snake when nobody's looking? Renosuke makes a better detective than a lawyer. That could be said for half the fucking lawyers in this series. Like, Ace Attorney Investigations is all about Miles Edgeworth being a fucking detective when he's a prosecutor.
And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, the specimen's marking do not fit that description in any way. And what explanation can we then give, pray? What is the sight that fell upon this victim's eyes last night?
The cat had the shed skin. Maybe. Or it was just both animals, yeah.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, I just realized this is a replay. I'm not reading this all again.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholmes' specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was a specialty. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake. In which case...
Shit! Autoplay! Turn off! No! I accidentally turned autoplay on.
Anyway... I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake. In which case... Just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back?
Yeah. It doesn't quite look like shedded snake skin, does it? What is it?
What is that?
It either is like ballerina related ribbon or cat toy or both.
Well, it is speckled, and it's a fucking turn off autoplay. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Well, it is speckled, and it's a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable. That sounds positively adorable. Positively adorable. Yes. Let's do it.
Yes! Yes!
The thing you are trying, but failing to conceal, is, a cat's toy. Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Ah!
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume? Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
But why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After a feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of a cat by the name of Darga.
Yeah!
Can't do it. A truly troublesome feline, young Darka's proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Yoink! Yeah, Darka is a cute name. Also, it's literally Darka! Oh my god. The names in this game, I swear.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened.
I can't voice. Consistent voice, where are you?
She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darga, she is so naughty.
A beloved kitten. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. He better not tripped on a fucking cat. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data of which I've been replay, right. No visible signs of injury. No.
The modified emote. That's fucking great. Holy shit. It's like a Dawn Pog that's snapping and pointing. The glasses didn't go on right. That's okay. Miss... Pardon me. What Mr. Sholmes says is true. Maybe I have the tuberculosis. No, I'm not coughing blood or anything. It's just... like... when I like use my voice for extended periods of time, it just dries out my throat like immediately. So yeah. I'm the inspector now, right? There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. Also, I'm pretty sure I have, like, bruised lungs or some shit from one Ace Attorney stream. Anyway, next I'll gain an obsession with evidence. Right. Definitely a bruised esophagus, that's for sure. From eating some particular food like a month and a half ago. Yeah, it's definitely more so the esophagus, that's for sure. I need some ice cream. I gotta pace myself. Like, I'm trying to limit it to just like 1 or 2 times a week or something. I had ice cream yesterday for that exact reason. Yes. But you remember that one day where I like went on way too long with case 1 of this game? I'm pretty sure I did some damage then. I just thought it was gonna end. I didn't know it was gonna keep fucking going. Like, my expectations were just set completely wrong for a case 1. Yeah, I just completely destroyed my voice doing that, and I probably didn't take, like, full breaths. And that's where the lung scarring may have came from. I'm still, like, doing doctor's visits and stuff, and they think I'm fine, so, you know. Joshi. But anyway. Yeah, speaking of water, I need more water, so I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm back. I was a little bit delayed because I stopped paying attention to filling my water bottle, which, you know, has a very narrow opening, and the water dispenser on our new fridge we got last year isn't the greatest designed at all. So, you know, I shifted a little bit and, you know, water spilt, so I had to clean that up. Sholmes would be great at disco. Honestly, though. With those fingers, like, come on.
Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so.
Oh, pardon me.
Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Where is it? Where is my autopsy report?
Yes!
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes. I knew it was one or the other.
Oh. His neck was...
Indeed. Breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only a Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no. Could there be...
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Wait, what? What? We already know. Yeah, what the hell? He died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something. Or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
Yeah.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh yes. A bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? More evidence that he tripped. He tripped on the fucking bell. Are you kidding me? Anyway. That's the bell, isn't it? Cat has a bell. Yep. Okay. So the cat is the murderer.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! An examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I now carry as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results, the undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asagi's laced leather shoes. Oh no. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asagi must have caught its foot at that point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asagi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over, and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova's trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes. Where? Where, I wonder? Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Do 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 do. Nothing. This is where Miss Pavlova hid her friend. That's right.
And it wasn't a snake after all.
No, it was that little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. Seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring. I expect it's wrapped itself around someone's head somewhere, trying to make a new friend. Either that, or it's scratching their hand to pieces. Point is, where has it got to? Somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here.
It hasn't been dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed.
I'm starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes.
Stop trying to sound like the great detective.
Not trying to. That's just whine. Can we turn? Rotate?
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, hell yeah! Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Okay, let's fucking do it. Let's go. Okay, I guess we have to present the whole basket. Yes! That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket.
Ah!
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely! We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asaki's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
Oh no.
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in this waste paper basket in your cabin? I'm not even gonna try. A female scream? Maybe I could pull it off. We'd have to see. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't.
I don't know, and that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be... Yes! If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka.
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Damn, we fucking did it. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that's how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it?
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me.
Yes. Modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin.
Objection. Pickle. Hello, Malcurios. Welcome, welcome. How would do?
It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So at that point, you thought it safe to try and lure the kitten back in? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator into the adjoining cabin?
Doc always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she calmed down. But then...
No.
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Borgia is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asaki was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching, and the kitten got under his feet, a combination of the unfortunate factors could have easily caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Taka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. You're pull. I know, right? I can't fucking believe it myself that that's the reason. We lost the best fucking character in this game so far to tripping on a cat, and maybe the ship tilting as well. God damn it. Kazuma! They do be burying their gaze. Why? He was so awesome. God damn it. Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
Oh, hold on a minute. About the snake. You're right. Where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? Where did it come from? What on earth is such a... Oh, Beef be breaking the rules as well? Oh my god. Yeah. What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? Oh, didn't I say? Snake is my friend. His name is Piroshko. What? What? That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. But did not expect to find him in here. Yes. How did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. We are at sea for 1 year. Do you want to be so long without a close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Huh? But Oshko does not have venom. He is harmless. He is very long but very gentle. He is adorable like Granny. It's venomless. Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you'll see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Like they say, milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milks are only in stupid stores. I don't think they're anywhere. Broshko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Oh, so is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course! How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Noodle is innocent. More innocent than cat, that's for fucking sure. It refuses to drink milk. Can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. And it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshko has nothing to do with this incident. Well, that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Fucking amazing. It's Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're gonna attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotora? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. Yeah, but she did try to fucking cover it up, you know?
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth.
Oh, was it Malcurious? That's cool. I should read some Herlock sometimes. Totally Herlock, but yeah. That's pretty cool.
But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. Wait, so he didn't trip on Cat? Hold on. Herlock is canon. Yeah, who is this Sherlock anyway? Who done did? Is she really the big murderer? She's lying that she didn't know she was dead. Yeah, well, clearly, like when the boat tilted, the lock unlocked. And she must have realized this from the fact that her own lock unlocked. So she went into Kazuma's room and did the planting of the evidence, like the, you know, writing of wardrobe and all that shit. Yeah. Kazuma's supposed last words in Russian. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on the matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Not again! Why did he do that? Especially as they're only on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. Herlock, why? You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here, Herlock? What are you getting at? In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. Key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. If I can chase that down, then maybe the truth will become clear. Truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright. I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
shall we begin? Yes! What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. We've already established it, haven't we? Don't tell me beef is real, murderer. Me. The man tripped over the kitten and had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident. Hold it! Hold it? Hold it! Wait! Let's just take a step back. Doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm gonna have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. I want it to be Ryunosuke loses boyfriend and goes on to get with Herlock. Found lawyery law practice, right? That'd be awesome. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruto. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. Yes! The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asaki could have left this message on the floor. That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. Sure. Doesn't seem likely. Why is Mr. Tuberculosis in a sailor suit? Because he's undercover, working as the ship's crew, but also looking after Kazuma. But that part didn't really pan out, so you know. He had one job. Yeah, a different alphabet is not really that easy at all. That's not actually the point. Makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Mr. Oski could have left his message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained here. Damage to his cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Ah! Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead. You know, Russian's definitely in my top 5 languages I want to learn. But I'm just kind of going with continuing Spanish for now. Just because it's a language that clicks for me. But yeah. That's not saying I'm good. I'm just saying this is probably going to be the easiest for me to continue that than to start another one.
New autopsy report's gonna say all those instant death. No, not Edgeworth. Edgeworth, you're not. Shh. Spanish, French, and Latin. Nice. Edgeworth, you're not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out.
That's not the only reason either. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asuki's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. What?
So Sasato-san noticed it too, then. Gonna come in T-posing, right? Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves it was no accident. In other words, not so fast, Mr. Right. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with this.
Yes!
Yes! What point are you trying to make with that evidence? I'm starting to see how Kazuma's death really happened. I think. God damn it.
I think that you're starting to see nothing of the sort. And now is the evidence to prove it. If it was no accident, then what we should be looking for is one of two things. Either the absence of something you would expect to find at the scene of the accident, or the presence of something you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Most compendiously put, my dear madam.
Ah, gotcha.
Huh.
I'm not feeling any confidence from that.
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe in you. Well, or the Mr. Sholmes does anyway.
Yes, it's true.
Yep.
What is the something else? Dawn, how good are you with gore and dark topics and jokes? Good enough that I don't mind the occasional thing, but like I don't really like it in excess is the best way to put it. But I have relatively thick skin, so yeah. Hope that answers your question.
So according to what Mr. Sholmes told us...
Oh, Danganronpa. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure if it's my style, but I wouldn't be opposed to trying it. I don't know. Maybe not stream? Why? Because of the gore? Of like the murder scenes and stuff? Or I don't know. It's fine to stream? Okay. Oh, the jokes Monokuma makes. I'm pretty sure I've watched a like a dubbing playthrough, like the channel that made what they would call Let's Dubs, and I'd watched some of the first game. So I kind of got the idea. It's been a while, so I don't remember specifically what some of that fucked up stuff could have been. But yeah, Monokuma do be fucked though.
So according to what Mr. Sholmes told us before,
there's some horrible stuff allowed in the dorms, just not in the locker rooms. Jeez. This article... I've lost my track. Okay, train of thought.
this article's about a...
Yep. Nikolina Pavlova. Yep. There's a tiara. 20,000 rubles. What do you do with 20,000 rubles? Sasato's mind goes immediately to cakes. Her imagination's really running away with her. I don't blame her, honestly, but yeah.
And now, in order to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara, the company's requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
This dude. Oh shit, he's butting in. Allow me to offer some assistance. There's a fearsome Russian revolutionary, and the title reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Yeah, it's told us that before. It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes must never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
What is the other piece? What is the other piece that makes this look like Moida? I don't understand. We know this one, but is there another thing? That's what I'm not getting. Yeah, is there a gem missing, or is that just shading? Is there a purple gem in the room of the crime scene? Good question. That cat has murderous intent. Wow. How did I make that mistake? Picture of the crime? I mean, this picture's only really focused on the writing, but we need to present something else that supports that this wasn't just your ordinary cat trip over. There was some intent involved. Like the wardrobe is one thing, but what could the other thing be? Yeah, it's the second most likely thing. The bell. Yeah, and the fact that she removed half of it. True, the fact that she removed half of it. Thank you. Okay. That's the part.
Yes!
Yes! This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell that the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that.
It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell.
So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
If that's really what happened. Then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Ah!
Yes. Remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in the waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no.
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asuki died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Ah! Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asuki's.
Hold it! You're wasting time!
Someone else was there? Duh! Of course!
We know this.
What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. I don't know about that one. Oh, yes. And the only other person in cabin when young student died was you. Well, Beef is still suspicious because of the fucking log being blank right after the murder happened.
Yes!
Yes! It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. He was shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. Yeah, Beef could still be protecting Pavlova. Maybe he helped her cover up. Maybe they were both in, because the door lock was clearly, unslid. He was shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would've. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question who wrote the word wardrobe on the blah 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 blah. The person in question wrote the word blah. Why word and wardrobe? Why? The person in question who wrote the word wardrobe. God damn it! Person in question who wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. Close enough. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time.
And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor. For fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asuki really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well, It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Hold it! Seaman Stroganoff. Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join the ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of this ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when a young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Well, this is all most interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You're a great detective. You should know. Look through thin eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. How do you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. I guess it's kind of sweet. I mean, they could have known that the lock's fatal flaw was the tilting of the boat. So maybe in the middle of the night, you know, they just snuck up there. I don't know who would have been manning the helm or whatever, but maybe they just managed to make it tilt. And that's why everyone's head hurts? Yeah. Exactly. Now you're seeing what I'm seeing. He's right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around the door latches so they can open and close them from the outside. Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel, with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used. I'm still not fully convinced of the magnets thing, but the rest, sure. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... I mean, most steel is magnetically conductive. You know, so... And this bolt seems pretty loose, so it could have... I mean, it was more than likely the steering of the ship, but magnets... You can't rule that out. Sasato-san! How could you shift it onto me like that? What'd she say? Okay. Beef could tip the boat on his own. Yeah, he doesn't need a helm. Doesn't need the wheel. So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Oh no, this is that point in the case where I thought it was gonna end, but now it's not. So I better watch my time before I destroy my voice again. Oh no. This is the point where it feels like the end is nigh, but it just doesn't come.
Not necessarily.
What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. The bookshelf.
I don't believe it!
Well, Mr. Naruhodo,
I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen.
Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sholmes tipped the fucking boat. With his weight alone, he tipped the entire fucking boat. I don't know. But yeah. Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Pointing out the telling signs.
Point out the telling signs of the method
that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. Dude! This is literally the method!
Yes!
Yes! Oh, I just had to hit present. I couldn't click to just inspect. I had to flat out present, that was all. Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes, it's what's known as a force of inertia acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Sasato-san doesn't know? Or that's not in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called. Same force that pushed over the books in the bookcase. Is this just a mini encyclopedia? Let's see, what have we seen to be in that book so far? Facts about animals? Like, at least Newtonian level physics? Okay, I didn't have to make at least their era of physics, which definitely includes inertia. Blah blah blah. Yep, something else in this cabin made it move. Something else in this cabin did move. The boat. Poison, anatomy, animals, physics, chemistry. That's just a proper, like, mini encyclopedia, isn't it? Somehow. Even though those things tend to be, you know, volumes.
Ah!
It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. I zoned out, I'm sorry. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. Next page is the location of one piece. Oh my god. But then...
Hello? Is anybody in there? Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
I forgot who that was for a second.
Oh, that sounds like Inspector Hosonaga. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's right. Holy shit, he's right! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia. Or the force of ineptia. You want to call it that?
Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Hasuki was killed, the SS Boya made another emergency stop?
When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments too. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Yep. Fucking destroying evidence, SMH.
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like Mr. Hasuki's cabin. Oh my god.
You have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched.
How could that possibly have happened?
The bell?
Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it's simple enough.
Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm?
Oh, yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. That sort of button, one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
But wait, it was you?
When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. So Sholmes pressed the button today. Cool. Good shit.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, button has one purpose. As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life.
To be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He sounds almost proud of himself.
How dare you mess with ship! I report you to captain! You're in so much trouble now! Now,
I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Haseki... Mr. Haseki, did this ship make an emergency stop? Or did it not? You are idiots! Bury a huge ship with many passengers. If we make an emergency stop, even in the middle of night, there will be chaos everywhere. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruto?
Everyone conveniently got knocked out.
But, well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruto?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man.
What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
The log.
Yes!
Ah!
Seaman Stroganoff. It is your duty to patrol the first class area of this ship. Isn't that right?
That is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties.
What are you doing with that? That is mine.
Okay, maybe not a mental file after all. I'll be right back. Hello. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure when. Yeah, got pulled away. I was gonna end the stream soon anyway, is what I was gonna say. Because, you know, at a certain point I'd just be straining my voice. But, you know, how it goes. Bleh. Yeah, I might stream again later or tomorrow. Maybe not necessarily Ace Attorney. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, let me just save where I am. Yeah, because I think 3 hours is about the safe limit to not destroy my voice, especially on a solo stream, like a solo Ace Attorney stream like this. So, you know. But yeah, my cousin was calling me and wanted to see how I was doing. So that's what pulled me away there. It's like, damn, I couldn't end satisfyingly. So I'm just gonna have to end. Next time, ask people ahead of time. It's fucking hard, dude. I'm telling you. I'm trying. Like, the after work brain is not good. But yeah. But yeah. I'll catch y'all maybe later in the weekend. But yeah, hey, we could, oh yeah, hosting. Who we host? That's another thing I always forget to do. It's like, hey, I could be hosting someone. Wait. Sip, where are you going? Damn. I'll save the hosting for another day, I guess. See ya.